It's a great day to be alive and an artist. My name is Matt with a Hat, and today I am going to share with you some more tips on directing. So, last time we talked a little bit about an edifice complex and all the excuses that we make. I wanted to add just a quick bit about that, is that the edifice complex goes with anything dealing with an art or any dream that we have. An edifice complex is really just an excuse or a block that keeps us from doing something. It could be, I don't know where the space is for my rehearsal. I need the best equipment to make a YouTube video. I need in order to. And the idea of the edifice complex is to go, I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to ask permission. I'm just going to do it. So, let's say you've gotten over that edifice complex, and now, today, you're like, I want to make a show, and I'm gonna make it on my own. I'm gonna self-produce it. Well, the first thing that you need to do is you need to choose the right script. Now, I mentioned before that I self-produced Equus. I've self-produced many other shows. Equus was my favorite, and I've also self-produced Angels in America. I recently co-wrote and self-produced a show called Res X. I'm currently writing and in the process of co-producing a show called Pops Wrestling School. And one of the things that I want to say about self-producing is there are advantages and disadvantages, right? So the advantages to me are, it's all about you. You get to pick your own script. You get to choose everything. You get to go, that's the thing that I want to produce because it comes from something within my soul. I need to direct this piece, right? And then you go into the advantages of, oh, I've got to fundraise. Oh, I've got to do all of this. And those are the things that can become a different type of edifice complex in our head. How do I do? How do I do? So let's just talk a little bit about picking a script for today. All right. So for me, how do I pick a script? Well, there are a lot of factors in that. The first thing that I like to do is I like to find a script that I am passionate about, that I love, that I go, I've got something that I can tell with this story that no one else can tell. My voice brings a unique perspective to this play, right? And so what I do is it's about finding something that I have a deep emotional, spiritual, psychological connection to. And then what I do is I begin to read it, get my impressions, get my thoughts on paper. I read it first for pleasure. And then I start doing my homework. Now we're going to do a whole long video on script analysis. But let's just say my second version is a lot more analytical. I start looking at the plot. I start looking at the themes. I start looking at the characters. And I start to create visual images in my head. Now, one of the things that's really cool is I used to use Pinterest a lot, still do. One of the things that I've recently done with my show that I'm working on, Pops Wrestling School, is I used AI to help create images of how I saw the characters in my head. Now, those obviously won't be the people that are actually cast, but it gives me an idea and it gives me the heart and the soul of who I think this character is as I'm doing that research. And you create this vision and you create these ideas and you create this perspective on the play that you are working on. And so the first part of that is find something that you're passionate about. Second part is something that you can visualize, something that you see the entire world of the show in your head. And literally, sometimes that may be just a room with two benches, a black room with two benches. And sometimes minimalism, and sometimes those little things are way more effective than this big grandiose set and all of this that overwhelm you and go, I can't, because, okay? And so that's part of that script writing process. The next thing is if you have a pool of talent, right? You want to make sure that you have the people to pull it off. And what do I mean? So I think my old mentor said that 80% or something like that about directing a show was based on who you cast. Do you cast the right person? And casting is a multifaceted thing, right? Because you're casting for your vision of the show. Okay, just a quick note. There are a million ways to cast Romeo and Juliet. There are a million ways to cast any show, right? When I talk about casting, I'm not talking about typecasting. What I'm talking about is I'm talking about the internal qualities that make that person shine, right? And so do I have the people that have the internal qualities for the show that I'm going to direct, especially if I have a pool of talent? If I don't have a pool of talent, I'm going, do I have a plan? And what is my plan? And this can be an artistic activity. What is my plan for finding this cast? How do I create this script? How do I create this show? And with what type of people am I going to go after? And this helps you to hone in, because you may have like 10 scripts that you want to do. There are so many scripts in my list of I'm going to direct this soon. And I have to wait till I feel like I have the right, I guess, opportunity in the air to create that script. And so what I do when I don't have it is I figure out a strategy and an idea of what is going to draw that right type of person in. Okay, that person with the soul of the character that I want. All right, so let's say you've got that and you've got these ideas. I'm going to go back to you have a pool of talent. So teachers, this is really important for you to hear. And that's this. Let's say you are directing a show and you have auditions and you have this guy, Jimmy. And Jimmy, in your mind, is perfect for the role of Romeo, right? Because you're doing Romeo and Juliet in this imaginary scenario. Jimmy's perfect. And you go into the idea that only Jimmy can play this, yet Max actually has a better audition. Okay? It is absolutely essential to follow the instinct of the audition, because sometimes Jimmy may be perfect in one world for that role, but in that day, in that audition, Max won the role, and Max is probably going to have better chemistry than Jimmy was going to have with the person that you're going to cast as Juliet. Now, that goes into another very, very important part in casting a show, okay? When you're casting a show, it's not just about, does this person look right? That's one of the things, and it definitely comes up at different times. Does this person look right for the role, right? The other thing is, do these people have good stage chemistry, right? There are so many actors that have bad stage chemistry but have good chemistry in real life. What are they like in that rehearsal process? What are they like when they are auditioning in that cold read? Do you feel something when they read? It's not just about how does the environment change when they're in that audition? All right. You want to check always in an audition. I'm going into this audition thing because I'm talking about casting. You want to check with their flexibility for direction, because there are a lot of actors that they get involved in an audition and they just give you the same thing over and over and over again. So when you are doing that, I think it's important in choosing that script. I think it's important to have multiple options for multiple roles that are in your head, and give yourself the grace to not cast any of those options because you have a surprise person. I think this is very, very essential. So now you've got a script that has a theme that you really love, that you can tell it in a banging way, right? You've got opportunities for casting around you, or you've got a concept for how you're going to promote the casting and the type of people you need in that production. And now you got to go, is the audience that I am intending to do this show, is it perfect for this show? Like for example, at this current point in time, I'm in Texas, and one of the shows on my list is Spring Awakening. The part of Texas that I'm in, Spring Awakening is not the best show for me to do here, because this is a very conservative area of Texas, and that is not a very conservative show. But there are other shows on my list that I'm like, I've got to direct this, where I can find the talent here in town, where I can produce it. One of them is Hands on a Hard Body, perfect for the community that I'm in. So one of the things that you've got to go is, do I have the cast, right? I love this script. And then that third thing is this right for my community to build it, right? Another thing, and again, we're going to go into this big time in future videos, is how much does it cost? What is the minimal amount of money that I can spend? If I am spending money on actors, that's going to be the biggest part of your budget, right? But then you've got royalties. Then you've got, so maybe you want to choose a royalty-free show like Shakespeare, or something from Dickens, or something that is in the public domain, or something that you write originally. They all have different challenges though. But how big is the royalty? Well, if we're talking about Hands on a Hard Body, I've got to go, that's like $3,000 to $5,000 right there that I've got to raise. So what is the practicality of doing that in there? And once you get to that place, to that budgetary place, and you go, all of these things seem to come together. They click for my community. They click for me. They click for my budgetary constraints. That's when you go, I've got a show and I'm going to pick it. One last thing on that is, just because a budget is big doesn't mean you can't do it. One of the things to think about, do the themes of my show, do they represent something very important to another community, right? So let's say your play deals with cancer. There are tons of partnerships that you can help raise cancer awareness with their nonprofit. So there are a lot of ideas to do more expensive shows. Thank you for watching this YouTube episode. I hope it helps you pick a script. I've got a lot more to say, but time's up. So we'll talk again soon. Love ya.